little bit more. You know what I'm
I
saying?
hear you, Mike, but at the end of the day, if the company is what matters, it's about the
It's my
quality of the
guy.
Thank you. Thank
conversation
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Yup.
you.
about the
So
two
that's
people
what I'm
sharing with
saying.
each other.
That's
Right
what
there.
that's what you
Thank
got
you.
to do more of.
Yeah,
So
agreed. Agreed. I
if it's
get
the
you now.
con
I get
if
you
it's
now. Okay, okay, I get you.
if it's a conversation at Cheesecake Factory, it's got to be different, bro. It can't just be no regular Cheesecake Factory date. Like y'all gotta
I-
be in it.
Hey, what's wrong with the walk in the park? What's wrong with a walk in the park, man? I've been with my lady for 12 years, 11 years, going on 12, man. At the end of the day, I think what's made our relationship so strong is not worrying about stuff like that and worrying about the connection and what our values and being able to share those things. If you're worried about where I take you, and I'm not taking you to a dungeon, of course, you know what I'm saying. So, otherwise, if you're worried about where I'm taking you, you're worried about the wrong things, you know. True.
Conversation.
Me either. Agreed.
Yo, all I'm gonna say is Olive Garden, I think, was on the list. Bro, all I'm saying is this is your first date, bro. This is your first time ever making a first impression, and all you're gonna do is bring the shorty to Cheesecake Factory, and that's it. You
Yes.
can't add no little sauce on it. You can't have
I am
a
the
really
sauce.
boy. Bring that to the table, bro. Like that has to
Are we
be part.
sitting at the table? I'm the sauce at the table at the Cheesecake Factory.
So that conversation better be different than any other dude that she brought.
You
Put it
heard
out.
the pre-foreclosure call. It was different than all the. It was different than all the cash offers. Close the deal.
Do you
Hey,
remember
I
the
don't like low quality
conversation?
food either.
Do you remember the conversation that Pace had in one of the family Zooms where he's like, all these guys take and try and worry about, the ambiance and everything of the restaurant, and that's not what really matters. It's the actual like date night. Him and Laura go and drive around in the truck and they hold hands.
That's
It's
what I'm
all
talking about.
about
That's the stuff that I'm talking about. Like, you gotta get creative.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, rap, rap, bro,
I need
rap.
love.
That's what's up, man.
So here's the deal. I think really what the post and whatever the controversy is about. I think it's like, yo, don't just bring me on a regular date. Like, I
Yeah.
want it to Kevin's point. Like, bring me the sauce, and if the sauce is you in the conversation, then bring that,
I
right?
get it.
Like, you got to bring something different than every other dude. I think what they're trying to say is like, yo, if you're gonna come here and just bring me to Cheesecake Factory and we're just gonna have a boring ass conversation like every other dude, I'm good. I think there are a lot of go ahead. This would be good. Yeah, me too.
I'm there. I'm there. I'm there.
I'm there too for sure.
Do it.
Agreed.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
First, we want to hear you sing the song, DQ.
Okay. Okay.
I think if you go on a second date and you make that one the extravagant date, especially if you took her somewhere that was like just, you know, Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, facts.
Come on. Come on. Ah.
I can if you guys give me like 5-10 minutes, I'll be fine. Like if in the time in his call, yeah. I same thing. I have a very similar situation. It's like a longer call. I just need to just get a shorter part of it. Yeah.
Sheesh.
Say less. Okay. Yeah, closer.
Wow.
I
Wow.
don't know
What a
about
weird
that.
way to what a weird
I
way.
don't know about that. That was more of a sound of judgment. I don't know about all that.
See, I'm organized enough. Enough.
Yo, chill, bro. Go on, don't hit me with all that, dog.
I'm just saying I don't want to get judgment from a guy who has a bunch of neon lights in the back going on.
They are. It's called branding, dog. You wouldn't know.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Hey, I got a quick question, guys.
What's up, bro?
So I did my first call on Wednesday, and I called about 4 people and had, I think, a decent conversation. I'm supposed to go and meet up with this guy and check out his property tomorrow. And from what I can tell, when I was doing the comps, he's kind of leaving some money on the table, which I think is great. But I think he paid off his entire. It's a cash. It'd be all cash buyer, basically all seller finance. I'm wondering how I should go about. I've never done this, so I'm just kind of like trying to figure out based off of how I should try and close this. Like, what should I present to the table to this guy? Because I'm assuming he's going to want a bunch of cash down. Yeah, I don't know if that's something we should address. So he bought his house outright, so he doesn't know anything on it. So it'd all be all seller finance. So sorry, my baby, what happened? You're okay. think she tripped. Come here. Come here, baby. Oh, sorry about that. You okay? All right. Maybe I'll ask this
Mad.
later. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be ready here in a minute.
Let's role play.
Role play it is, bro.
We'll play.
Isn't Savannah in the competition though? Oh, okay.
I'm gonna disconnect my audio real quick so I can hear the call. So if you guys need me, just let me know.
I'll call Savannah. Only if that means that if I win and during round one I get disqualified, that you bring me back in.
Okay, okay. I can be judged.
Me.
That's me. I got 2 screens and a laptop full of 'em.
Six.
I call it 6 as well.
I understand the assignment.
Sounds like you've been here before, bro. Can you pull up the score sheet again?
Role play she wants to do.
Yes, sir.
I'm here. Can you guys hear me okay? My my internet is being like everybody's frozen on my screen, so my camera won't even turn on. But
That's okay. I'm
if
gonna
I
go
freeze,
to
I can switch to my phone.
well, I'm okay, but I'm gonna get into my element and turn off my camera. Ring ring.
Hello?
Hi, is Savannah there?
Yeah, who's this?
Hi, Savannah. My name's Caroline. Did I catch you in the middle of something?
No, how can I help you?
Yeah, so I won't take too much of your time because I'm actually headed into the meeting, but I'm glad I caught you. I know that you spoke to one of my colleagues named Dan about possibly selling 123 Main Street. I think you spoke to him earlier today. Does that sound like it rings a bell?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So Dan did send me a couple of notes, but I wanted to just circle back with you because there's a couple of questions here that weren't answered. And before moving forward and presenting an offer to you, I just wanted to make sure that I had all those questions answered. So would it be okay if I just ran through my list and then by the end of this call, I could talk to you about next steps?
Yeah, that's fine. You do have all his notes though, right?
I do. I do. I have all of his notes here. He let me know that it's a 4-bed, 3-bath, single family. It looks like here you're open to selling, but it doesn't share why. So can you share with me what's got you thinking of selling?
It's just kind of like change of family dynamics.
Change of family.
So yeah, so we're looking to sell.
Okay. And you said we. So is it you and other members of your family?
My soon to be ex-husband, yeah.
Soon to be ex-husband. Okay. And so are you and your ex-husband separating soon? And so you're looking to kind of part ways with this property?
Yeah, we're already separated. And that's, obviously part of a divorce, you have to sell the property. So that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that. I was in a 10-year relationship and I also recently separated with my partner. So it's not easy. I'm glad that I can be here and hopefully help you through this process. What do you feel like the biggest challenge is in terms of looking to sell this?
I just want to make sure we're getting the highest offer.
Okay. And when you say highest offer, ideally, if we were able to arrive at an agreement today, how soon would you want to move forward? What's your timeline look like?
I probably need about a month to get everything moved out.
Great. And then in terms of the condition, if you had to rate the home from 1 to 10, where 10 would be, everything is perfect, no renovations is needed, where would you rate it?
It's a great house. We just purchased it, last year.
Mhm.
There's nothing that needs to be fixed.
Okay. Would you say a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A 9 out of 10?
It's a 10.
Oh, it's a
I
10
would
out of
say yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So the roof is in great condition. You just purchased it last year is what I'm hearing. And then when you say highest offer, can you help me understand what you think the value of the home is, or what's the price that you're looking for?
Well, like I said, we just purchased it last year, so we have to pay off the mortgage, and I do need some money to, you know, get into my next place.
Okay. So really quickly, my company, our business model is to pay cash. That's our preferred mode. However, we also offer different solutions where we could take over your mortgage and then give you monthly payments. I think what would be best is if I schedule a follow-up call. So right now it's Friday at 6 o'clock. Can I give you a call first thing Monday morning at around 10 a.m. and present you with a couple of options where I feel like it will kind of help solve what you're looking for?
Yeah, but we're not looking to do that second one you were talking about. We just need, a traditional sale.
Yeah, no worries at all. I can present the cash offers that I have and we can go from there. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want my time to be wasted. So the best thing is I'll present the number and then you can let me know what you're thinking and then we can go from there. Does that work?
Yeah, that's fine.
Fantastic. And again, my name is Caroline Savannah. So go ahead and just lock me in your phone. And that way, when I give you a call Monday at 10 a.m., you'll know who it is.
Okay,
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Hmm.
Yes, please.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
First things first, Caroline, you are so sweet. You're like the sweetest person on the phone.
Oh, thank you.
Um, so definitely use that to your advantage, especially when you're talking to. This is a little bit different because you're talking to, it pretty much is another female that's like the same age as you. At least that's kind of what it would sound like over the phone, right? But especially when you're talking to somebody else, like any dude or an older woman or something, your sweetness will help you through that whole entire call. But anyways, the intro, I'm gonna give the intro a 2, and here's why. Even though you are very, very sweet and you sounded, I'm gonna say appeasing to the ear, the one of my biggest things that I do not like when my team gets on the phone with their intro is asking somebody if did I catch them at a bad time? Right? Like, hey, did I catch you at a bad time? Because you're already putting yourself in a bad position. You never catch somebody at a good time, right? Even if they say that you did, like you didn't, you're calling them out of the blue, unless you have a scheduled call or whatever, right? But then you wouldn't be asking that question. So I would just throw that out completely. So that's the intro. The rapport part, you did a decent job. Put it this way, you knew when to build rapport, and that was when she talked about the divorce, right? And you started digging into your situation, which was really good. And I think you could have marinated in it just a little bit. But I'm gonna give you a 3.5 because you saw the opportunity to bond and you did. Okay. So my goal on every single call, and this isn't, you have to do this in a way that's not obnoxious, and you're not doing it like the whole entire call, but you got to find these times where you can bond, whether they talk about a relationship that they just got out of, or they talk about, like, for me, right, my father got foreclosed on probably about 7 years ago. Whenever I'm on a phone with a seller, that's one of the stories I always talk about, like, immediately when they're talking about the foreclosure, because that's actually one of the reasons why I got into the business, especially sub two. That's why sub two was so cool to me. I was like, dang, I could have helped my pops out. So that's one story that I use automatically. So I just have like all these stories and things that I can say to all these different um problems that these sellers are going through to help me relate. And you did a good job of recognizing that that was one of those times where you should relate. Um, but when you're doing it, this is just you practicing your storytelling and connecting with somebody at an authentic and genuine level. So there's a time where you do it and you're like, oh, wow, this is a great time to do it. But then once you do it, you got to make sure that you're delivering it from a place that's very, very genuine and authentic. Okay. And I'm not saying that you didn't go through that or whatever, but I could feel that the seller might have just been like, oh, yeah, whatever. But what you want the seller to feel like on the other end is like, oh my gosh, somebody's going through the same exact thing as me. This is great. Or not great, but like I feel much better now. Right. And that's how you want them to feel. And I just don't know if that happened on this call. So, but since you saw that, 3.5. Fact finding, I'm going to go with 3.5. For fact finding and uncovering motivation, we all got the motivation here in our side chat, and you got probably about half of it. So I'm going to go with a 2.5. Okay. So she said something about this divorce, right? That's obviously one of the biggest pain points here. And we only got the surface level information of it. Like, I'm directly asking them after I just bonded with them and they trust me and they know why I'm calling and that I'm a credible buyer and all these things. I am very comfortable with asking them. Um, I might be completely out of line here, but like, what is the situation with
Yo, Mike,
you? Go
real
ahead.
quick, bro. My fault. I was supposed to set a timer for everyone who's giving feedback. So 1 minute is up.
Got it.
So
Got it.
everybody
Got
got to
it.
do a minute. And I'm almost done my calls also, guys. So if you guys, once you guys are done with this, I should be good.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
That's closer energy.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah, rather just give me 30 seconds. So uncovering motivation, we could have dug deeper. We got surface level. There was half of the motivation that could have been dug deeper on. So don't be afraid about asking, even if it's a sticky situation like divorce, don't be afraid about asking it if you do your job before. Overcoming objections, I'm going to give it 0 because there was none. We didn't get into a chance. And this is for everybody going in round 2. Make sure that you put yourself in a situation where you have objections coming to you, or else you're going to get a 0. Presenting solutions, I'm going to say a 1 because we didn't really get a chance to do that. You did talk about a cash offer. She said no to it, and I feel like she didn't really know what was going on. Strength of close and follow up, I'm going to go with a 2 because you did get the call, but I don't think that she would answer on Monday, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Thank you. Can I ask you, what was the actual motivation if it wasn't a divorce and they're separating?
Wait, are you using a different motivation for each caller? Oh, okay.
It was a divorce that neither one of them wanted to move, but they were open to selling.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Mm.
Oh, sorry. And so just to clarify, so you do use the, hey, did I catch you in the middle of something to break the ice? Oh, you hate that. Gotcha. Okay.
Mm.
I don't know, but 10 out of 10, no one has ever said, yes, I'm in the middle of something. They've always, and it could be my voice, but they've always given me the time after I've asked that. So that's interesting. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Interesting. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, I think what's really interesting, and it's definitely a different conversation, but the dynamic between a female's voice and a male's voice, because I do work on a team predominantly all male, and then it's strategic when I like jump in on the call. But I think to your point, yeah, but it's interesting because that macro, your ratio, your pool is probably primarily male, right? Yeah. Sure,
Mm.
I'm happy to share kind of the rationale. So, when you say, "Hey, did I catch you in the middle of something?" It actually catches them off guard, and they could say like, "No, leave me alone," or they can say, "No." They can say, "No, you didn't, and that means that they're going to open themselves to hear what you're going to say next, or they could say yes if they're really in the middle of something. Now, again, like if I'm my own like hypothesis and I'm testing it myself, 10 out of 10, most of the people, like 10 out of 10, they say, no, what's going on? So they then are more intently listening to what I'm going to say next, because I've just given them the option to get out and they didn't take it. And so for me, when I'm always on these calls, it does work well. But again, I don't know, is it the question or is it my voice? So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Can, DQ, can I add something really quick? The KPI that you can't track is how many sellers' walls go up when you ask that question. You see what I mean? You can't track that. Now, for you, right, you're probably getting through all of those, which is fine. You have a beautiful voice, you're appeasing, but you can't track that. So at the end of the day, it's like, why are we going to put ourselves in a position where a seller could potentially put their wall up? It's like, we might as well just not say it.
Okay, keep going, keep going.
Yeah, I'm good to go when you guys are.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Sure. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Mm.
I got you. Yeah, I'm smushed here, so I'll be quick. Excellent call, Caroline. I'll be quick, and I'll be honest with you. I'm a little harsh with my criticism of myself, so everybody else as well. So intro, I gave you a 2.5 there. I'm all about setting expectations on the introduction, and as well as getting motivation, which you did. Now, I say set expectations because when people know what's coming in the call, they're less likely to be resistant to that call. So I would set expectations to let her know exactly why I'm calling, what I'm looking to do, and what I'm looking to help her accomplish. Number two, excuse me, yeah, rapport. I gave you a 2.5 there because I didn't really feel like she remember you. I need you to be memorable. And not only that, she's going through a tough situation, so you need to be her advocate. She needs to feel like she has somebody in her corner because if you're in her corner, then she's more likely to trust you and want to do business with you. And then next, fact finding. I gave you a 2 there. I typically wouldn't say I'm sorry. I go for empathy, not sympathy. You're not actually sorry. You don't know her. You don't know her situation. So at the end of the day, we want to go for empathy, tactical empathy, and instead of sympathy. And not only that, there was a lot more specific questions you could have asked. Conditions of the property. Get more specific on that. Ask about if there's kids. Does she have a next place that they're going to? Is there a mortgage? It's a bunch of stuff that could have been asked there that I think was missed a little bit. Handling objections. I gave you a 1.5 there. Honestly, there wasn't many objections, but I think there wasn't because there wasn't enough fact finding there. You didn't have enough time to be enough opportunity to be able to dig deep to get to the meat of the problem and find out what's going on. I gave you also 1.5 on the presenting solutions. You should have options already ready to go. There shouldn't be a reason. You want to have as few calls as possible because the next call is an opportunity for her to not answer the phone. And you should also go for the no. Hey, are you even looking to sell this place? And when you go for that no, she'll let you know. No, I'm looking to sell, or no, I'm not really looking to sell. I'm looking for another solution there. And then also close slash follow up. I gave you a 2.5 there because again, I like to set expectations at the beginning and the end of the call. I want that to be as memorable as possible. I want her to remember me, let her know that I'm her advocate, I'm her guy, save my number. I want the next time that I call you to not feel like a stranger.
Hmm. Thank you.
No problem.
Hmm.
Not go through there.
They do it so they can't get it wrong.
Can I ask one question? Oh no, love the feedback. I think it's fantastic to always be aware of the different perspective and then also process it and see if it works for me, right? So I think that that's should be, you know, for everyone. See what works for you and take what you can, and then, you know. So I think my question, because this is really a learning step for me, right? So we join these calls, it's to learn, get back on the phones, learn some more, get back on here, learn some more. It's all like just learning and growing, learning and growing. But I wanted to know, with 6 minutes, like, do you guys actually go through all of that on your own, like, day-to-day calls, and you try to hit all those points within 6 minutes? Or do you take the time? Because like in a real life call, I wouldn't rush through the fact that someone's going through a divorce. You know, I would take the time, and you can't you can't really build a relationship within 6 minutes. I don't think that is genuine and sincere, but I want to know, do you guys use that as your barometer every
I,
time you're making dials? 6 minutes?
personally, personally, Carolyn, I think I treat every call like it can be interrupted at any time. People have kids, people have work, people have all types of things so I get as much as I can, in as little time as possible. Now, don't get me wrong, oftentimes calls go 20 minutes, 30 minutes, things like that, even an hour. But realistically, most people, you're catching them, if we're calling during business hours, so they're likely, doing their business. So you need to pack as much in as possible. And I think practically, realistically, typically you can't get all of that done in 6 minutes. Let's just be honest. But you should expect to be interrupted at any time. So you want to get as much done as in as little time as possible.
Okay, so then my second question, and then, oh yeah, okay. No. Okay. Sure. Mhm, mhm. Yeah. Mm. Okay, gotcha. Um, okay, I'm gonna try that. My second question was more of a strategic question for round two, which would be, given that there's only 6 minutes and there's so many different parts, and at the end of the day, it's really about who gets the highest score. should I focus on trying to nail like 3 or 4 of them, so I'm getting 5s rather than trying to get all of them where it's on like 2, 2, 2? Okay. Yeah. 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 Yes. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So I'll just take that pass from you, right? And I'm gonna hold it.
Hey, thank you. Hey, I had a quick thought on that, Caroline, really quick. So when we were doing this last time when DQ held it, I didn't get through the whole thing, but I super locked in on motivation. It was
Okay.
inherited, it was probate, and Jeff Smith was the seller. And I
Okay.
just super locked in and it worked for me, you
Okay.
know, and I ended up being top 5. DQ doesn't want to show that, but so and I didn't get to the end. No,
Yeah.
but it's all different strategy though.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate
just
that.
wanted to say that.
Cool.
My bad. My bad. Yeah, my bad.
Sergio, come on now.
Yeah, I'm clippy. I'm clippy clip.
So if there's 100 people signed up, are we gonna be having 100 people? Because it seems like every day.
I did not get my call ready, bro. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll be ready next week.
Go.
Sevilla, let's go.
I appreciate you, bro. No pressure. Appreciate you. Ooh.
Okay, can you guys see it? You ready?
Surge. Let's go.
I'm up.
Go.
What's the email I'm sending it to? It's an MP3.
Yeah, I can make a Google Drive link. Like, what you need from me?
Yeah, what's your email? I am comfortable. No pants.
Come on, Surge.
What's the email, Theo?
Send it to Theo@MichiganHomesteadToday.com.
Theo at Michigan what?
MichiganHomesteadToday.com.
Homes today. That's urgency right there.
Subtle hinting, subconscious.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
You gotta have some female perspectives in there, though. It can't be bros
Facts.
club. No.
We're gonna instantly be able to tell who's single and who's not.
I'm gonna wear a fake ring.
All right, I have it. Oh my goodness. Un momento, I got it coming up now.
All right. Yo soy el cerrador, por si tienen llamadas.
No, that's Serge. That's Sergio, not me.
Yeah.
But
Yo,
if it's in New York, we give it a pass.
it was New York.
Yeah.
Yo, so
There we
imagine
go.
I'm thinking I'm taking her to this fancy Italian spot. I Googled. I just moved uptown to the Bronx. I'm like, yo, this is the spot. We walk there, pull up. It's a corner store pizza shop with the old benches. You got the menu like with the letters on the thing on the top. And then I'm like, oh, like what do we do? So like no, 8 years later, we're here.
Let's go.
Boom.
Come on.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's
Anybody
go.
who needs to go to a place nice and Cheesecake Factory got no game and just don't want to say it.
Nah, they
Facts,
gonna-
bro.
whoever-
So
whoever-
tell me, Brandon,
People with
what
those
did you do on that
perspectives
date, bro?
forever.
Yeah.
Like you had to have done something different. You had to have been like
I
different
was
than
just like, yo, I'm
anybody else.
sorry. I didn't know it was like this. We end up getting like shrimp parm and then like the aluminum foil. And she was a vibe. She was chill.
He was the sauce, man. Brandon
That's-
was the sauce.
That's lit, bro.
Mm.
That's crazy.
I do it.
All right, so audio is there. Samir, you should have it.
Okay, hold on. Let me. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. I think it's good. Hold on, I'm just giving it a second to load up. Yeah. I think this should be good. Give me 1 second. Okay, share advanced audio.
Maybe we should ask Cheesecake Factory if we could do the podcast at Cheesecake Factory. And I'll fly
Just
out.
let me know if you guys can hear it and I'll play it back.
Yes, please. Good afternoon. How may I help you?
You guys heard that?
Hey, Glenda, this is Sergio. How are you?
It's good. Okay, the volume's maxed out.
That could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Yes, please. Good afternoon. How may I help you?
Hey, Glenda, this is Sergio. How are you?
Sergio,
Mm-hmm. You
I
remember
have
me?
been looking for your number. Oh my gosh.
Oh
Yes,
my
I
gosh.
do remember you. And I could not find your number in my phone or anywhere. And I'm so glad you called because I am thinking of finally selling the house.
Okay. Well, that's
Um,
good news, right?
yeah, I have an offer. The house has been sitting so long, though, that it has new issues.
Ooh, okay.
So,
What kind of new issues?
a raccoon got into the roof
Did it destroy it?
and it was stuck somewhere between the roof and the first floor, and it caused the ceiling to collapse in the living room one day. And I felt the presence of someone. I really thought someone was in the house, but no one was in the house. I think it was the raccoon because when I went back, things were knocked over on the counter, things like that. So I don't know if you're still interested.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still interested. Just have to see what the house qualifies for with all this new information. I know last time you said that you were fixing it up. Did you like do any new
Oh my
updates?
God, no, no, it has been because I think the last time I talked to you, I was having surgery.
Oh, yep, yep. You said, I think it was last year. Yeah, you said you were having
Yes,
some health issues and you had surgery on a Tuesday.
I was. Yes, so I had a company to come out to put siding on the house.
Okay.
The neighbor let her dog loose on the people while they were working, and
Wow.
the dog bit the worker, and the people did not want to complete the job.
Did you pay them the full amount or
No,
just for what they
no,
completed?
no, I had not.
Okay. So that's
And
good.
that was good because they were just starting, and they had taken off the siding to start the installation of the new siding, which never happened. They did not want
Okay.
to return. It was nothing I could even do to bribe them to come back.
Phew. And you didn't try to get anybody else to come out?
I have tried to get so many people to come out, but not believe the charge they are charging. Some some of the companies I've been dealing with. I actually just had someone yesterday for a quote, and I have not got a response back, but that is where I am.
Okay. And what does your perfect scenario look like then? If you could just like describe your perfect scenario, what would that look like? Would it be selling the house before the year ends or sometime next year? Selling it as is or
I
fixing more of it up?
I am ready because I can't find anyone to work me to get the house how I would want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And my health is still not great. Need another surgery on that leg again as we speak.
You said you're getting another surgery on it?
I am going to need another surgery. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Where's that gonna
So
be?
I don't know yet. I'm in no hurry. Uh, the leg doesn't agree with me, but I know I'm in no hurry.
Okay. Got it, got it. Are you gonna use the money from the sale of this house to fund the surgery or not really?
No.
No? Okay. So if we could get this thing closed in the next 30 days and you can just walk away from it and sell it as is, what kind of price were you thinking about selling it for?
I would at least want 25.
At least 25. Okay. How did you come up with that number?
Well, I've been recently looking at some of the houses that have been selling in the area,
Okay.
and I'm lowballing it, and that's because of the work that I know needs to be done.
Okay. How much, like if you could put all the work that's needed to make it rent or um
It needs
flip ready,
siding. It needs a roof.
siding and roof. Okay, those are two big ones.
Yes.
What about furnace, plumbing?
The furnace is still working, and uh, it need updating, of course. Um, new new flooring or new carpet needs to be laid.
Okay. Okay. And then you said in the beginning of the call you had another offer from another company?
Yes.
Okay. What's keeping you from accepting their offer?
They're offering a little lower than the 25.
A little bit lower than 25. Okay. And you have, they sent you like a purchase agreement to your email or what?
No, and you know what? I always think about that, and they tried to get me to agree. Actually, another company tried to get me to agree to something that I didn't understand, and you've always been so straightforward with me. Um,
I appreciate that.
what did they call it? It was where they would pay me over a 10-year time period or something, and it really didn't make
Oh,
sense.
seller finance,
It, that may have been what it was.
land contract maybe?
Yes, I didn't feel comfortable with how the guy was explaining to me, and he did send papers over, but it just did not feel right.
Right, right. No, I get it. Yeah, that's not always the best solution for.
That is the call. Yes. So quick context, this is a longer call I clipped up. This is my first time talking to this seller. This is an act follow-up call. So when it came to me, basically the seller is asking too much and he has other offers. So seller's like in the 120, 125-ish range. I'm trying to get our MAO is 100. I'm trying to get him below 100 and to get an agreement on this call. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Two clips. First one, you're going to hear me basically challenge his price and lay the foundation for dropping his number. And then the second one, you'll see me keep trying to kind of push that and see if I could get an agreement from the seller. And only asterisk on this one, this is in New York, so it's a little bit different how you close everything has to go through attorneys here. So it's a 2-attorney state, no DocuSign, nothing like that. But that should give you enough for you guys to kind of to pick it up. So let me play. Let me know if you guys can hear it. Things if they make sense. So typically the way we go is, we go off what you tell us. We run the numbers on that. We come to an agreement. If anything makes sense, we get it under contract. Then obviously we do whatever other inspecting, sending someone out, all that stuff after, just so you know, hey, look, this guy's got skin in the game. You're not, wasting time having 10 conversations with someone who might be interested, who might not. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So that's kind of how we go about it. So generally from what I'm seeing, as I mentioned, I know I have a general idea of where you're kind of at. I was actually kind of curious as to how you kind of got to it. But from what I'm seeing, so I have a couple properties. I don't know if you're familiar with either of these. I'm gonna give you a couple addresses, and actually, if anything, once we hop off the phone, I could even shoot them over to you so you can kind of take a look. So one of the properties I was looking at, there's this property over here on Grant Street, just a couple blocks over, 1033. Now, condition-wise, the property does need some work. But we have a general-ish idea, so I'm just gonna go based off that. So essentially, this property on 1033 Grant Street, this here sold in May, so it's a very similar property, 1,800 square feet, 4.2. This property went for about 80,000. This one was built 1900, so it's like 30 years newer. It's relatively similar. Again, a lot of this will come down to condition. Again, not saying this is what yours is worth, but this is just something I'm seeing. So there's this property, 1033. And then there's other property, also a relatively similar property. And as I mentioned, I'll shoot these addresses over to you as well, so you have them. This property is actually a little bit bigger. This is a 6.2. There isn't a lot of info on this, so my assumption is that the condition on this probably needed some work. But this is a 6.2 on Jocelyn Place, again, just a few blocks over. And this one sold for 75 grand. Again, my assumption is I see it's a cash deal, so it's probably an investor or someone who bought it. Now, I am seeing some numbers, kind of closer to what you mentioned. There's some stuff in the 100s, right? In the low 100s, a little bit higher than that as well. Those seem like those are more renovated properties. So basically the way we do it, very simple math. We find out what a property is worth at its best, right? We call that ARV, or after repair value. And then we just kind of start subtracting from there, right? So a hypothetical situation, if a property is worth like 100 grand, we're like, okay, cool. That's, the most we could get for it. It's like 20 grand of work. You know what I mean? It's going to cost us, we have to keep a margin in, whatever it might be. And it might tell us, okay, cool. For us to be able to sell this property at 100,000 and make some money, we probably need to buy it for like 60. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how we work it. But just kind of wanted to get your thoughts. Have you seen some stuff similar, like to kind of what I'm mentioning?
The only person that showed me something was on Grove Street. He showed me a house similar size and build, but it looks great. It looks nice for 200.
Oh wow. Okay.
In order for me to get my house now, my rents up to that size,
yeah,
need some serious major 100 grand upgrade.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
Why they say that, I don't know, but
yeah. Yeah.
But he based it on size and the recent sales, and there's a house that sold pretty much down the street from me. I believe it's about 140, I think.
Okay.
I don't know, 131 military. I think it's 131 military. And that sold recently.
Okay.
For I believe 140-ish. I'm not gonna get 140 based on the condition of the house.
Yeah. Right.
I had a 90 in my mind figure, so I was looking at 90 ballpark.
Okay.
Around that ballpark.
Okay, I got you. And what's your timeline, man? If you don't mind me asking, I know you're looking to sell relatively quick. If you could kind of get a number that makes sense for you, what's your timeline?
If I can get the number closer to what I'm asking for,
yeah.
How about the next day? Is that too soon to sell?
So you're gonna hear the second part now. We talk for a little bit longer, and yeah, I try to lock it up here and get them a little bit lower. About our company RPB, we've been in the business for a long time. We do a lot of these deals. We're closing multiple deals a week, so we don't really like to waste our time, and we don't want to waste your time either. So when we make an offer, like everything moves quick. I mean, the attorney's already in place. EMD is typically wired fast. Usually the only thing that even slows it down a little bit in New York is, some of this red tape, right? Your attorney's got to review it. He might take a day or two. Then our attorney's going to, that stuff is the only thing that takes a little time. If it were up to me, I would send over a DocuSign and be like, hey, let's get this locked up. But, all that being said, if I have like a really strong idea of like, hey man, get me, to this number, this is kind of like the best I'm looking for, I can go back to team and see how close I get. The only reason I'm not even 100% sure I could have you contract or something in writing today or tomorrow is just because it's a holiday. But outside of that, I mean, again, if I have a strong idea of where we're at and I can just get that from the team, I can at least have you the terms in writing within a day, which would be tomorrow for you to have your attorney review. And then honestly, if your attorney gets back same day, we can have contracts start getting drawn up ASAP. So all that being said, man, would you be open to something like that?
Yes, just send me the email. I'll give my email. If not, I'll give it to you. Just send it to me. I have my attorney take a look at it. If he agrees, then again we can start this process.
Okay.
And again, deed search and all that stuff. That's gonna take weeks.
Yeah.
So I mean, I already know when I hear, we can close in 10 days or what have you. In my mind, I know he's lying, but
yeah,
like I said, I like to close that quick.
I would too. Time is money for us also. If we could close in 10 days, I'd be more than happy to.
But I understand. As long as we get this process started,
yeah,
I have no problem. Just
okay.
Let me know, as I said, as long as the figures in that ballpark I'm asking,
yeah,
I have no problem. We can, like I said, let's get this process started. I'd like to start the new year fresh.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
You're happy, I'm happy, and
yeah,
we move on. But
okay. So if I go back to the team, and again, if the number is somewhere in the 70s, you'd at least be open to it.
Well, it's gonna be low 80s is my intentions.
Is your okay?
Anything low 80s. 85 is my target range.
I got
Anything
you.
close to 85,
it's a done deal.
Who am I going to say? Am I going to say no to that?
Yeah.
And you tried. I got as close as I wanted. I can't. I'm not going to say no. So
I got you.
85 is my target range. Do your magic, and I definitely appreciate it. And then again,
okay. Let me see.
I want to get this process started. So.
Okay, 100%. Let me get back to the team. Let me see how close to 85 I get you. And I'll circle back. Like I said, I'm probably not gonna be able to get a lot from anyone today. I might be able to. So it might not be in writing, but I'll at least be able to shoot you a call a little bit later just because everyone's out of office.
Call or text. Yeah, I definitely check my phone every hour.
Okay.
Again, I work during the daytime, but I do check my messages or text message every hour. So
okay, let me do this, man. Yeah, let me do a little bit of research on our end just to see what we could do to make that happen. And I will try to get you something over ASAP. And yeah, man, look, if everything makes sense, I'll get you something over in writing ASAP.
I appreciate it.
Awesome. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, shoot me over an email when you get the chance, man. This is my cell number, so you can actually shoot me a text to this.
Okay. I'll do that.
I appreciate you, man. Take it easy, bud. Bye.
Boom.
Are you voting, DQ? Oh, okay. I got you, bro.
So just for context, the seller, Glenda, we actually just assigned the contract today. So I did get her under contract.
Add the extra sauce on it.
He's
like,
I'm just saying.
not enough sauce on it.
I'm just saying.
I mean, for what it's worth, we did get that contract at 80. So
Hey, sir, you gotta wait, bro. You gotta let them vote first, man. Then tell them, bro.
nah, my man, that was
work.
Yes. Yeah. I guess overall on the calls, I was expecting Sergio to come out more on like a Theo, on style, but they had two different styles, which was dope. And yeah, I mean, this competition's amazing. Shout out to you, DQ. Guys, make sure you post about it and show love to what's being built here. But I think this is amazing so far. Nah, don't say that. This is crazy. Wow.
That was super funny.
No way.
Oh
Yo,
my
why don't
goodness.
I see it? Where is it?
There's no way.
Oh, yo, I'm sitting here like, oh, got it. Who? Dang.
We gotta get
Rigged.
some.
That was rigged.
I think he's
Last
fast.
minute. Hey, listen, those last silencers. You know what I'm saying? Samir got that slow talk. Saying
Mail-in ballots. Yeah, they was ballot harvesting. Dead people voting.
Yeah, dude. To be honest, I think the score says everything. They were both very, first off, there were two different calls, like two different scenarios, two different styles, two different times of like where they were at in the process. So that is hard, but I think the deliverance was the same. Like I would rate them, if I had to rate 1 to 10 on each, they'd probably be at the same scale. So that's tough, bro. Y'all both did your thing.
Yeah, bro.
Mm. Facts.
Sergio.
So that's funny, bro. One of the cool things I liked about his call though is when she said something about the raccoons and he's like, yeah, we might have to deduct some points for that one. Like the raccoons in there. I don't know about that.
I'm an integrator. I say.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, Sergio, you definitely surprised me. Good job. You were very smooth. The way you repeated and acknowledged was really great. Like you're like raccoon. Oh yeah. Your tonality was on point. Your energy level was exactly where you needed to be with her. It matched her perfectly. And you made her feel comfortable. So you were doing like a lot of little things that I think matter that I think just come natural outside of just like techniques and different things like that. So you definitely surprised me, Sergio. Good job on that. I was curious to see where you end up going. I'm like, all right, well, where is he going now? Like I felt like you were bouncing around in a flow. Um, but it's a shorter call, so I know there's only so much that we could hear. Um, and then Samir, good job. I loved how you brought up the comps. you know, um, yeah, I love, you like, how did you get that price? But I didn't like how you didn't let him answer on how do you get that price. But then, DQ just reference if it's a different technique, like stacking the questions. I loved how you set expectations for what's next and red tape. That was great. And then, yeah, good job bringing up those comps. I thought if you did let him answer, how'd you get that price the first time? And if he said something lower, you could have, the comps, it would have just went smooth into you bringing up the comps. But I love
It
how
was
at the end,
clipped. So
copy.
this is
Oh,
just
copy,
like, yeah,
copy.
yeah, this is just what I was responding to his price thing.
Oh, copy, copy. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
makes sense now. That makes perfect sense. And then I love how you anchored on the 75 at the end. Like that was really, really great. So I
Appreciate
thought it
it, bro.
was great. Like this was a close call, but I'm not gonna lie, I thought Samir had it, but I didn't want to say it, because Samir's my guy.
I appreciate you, bro.
Well, good job, Sergio.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's Squid Games because I don't know if you guys just watched the reality part or even watched it because I'm competing as well. I don't know if Mike is. So I'm like, yo, do I give Sergio the golden glove? Because do I want to see him later or do I let him die? Like, you could do another.
Hey,
You, you
A
could do as
bullet.
many as you want.
No. I'm giving him the Golden Glove, bro.
Boy.
No. Y'all planned on doing it, Sergio. I promise.
uh,
Mm.
Thanks, Daniel.
thank you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate that.
I think Sergio had a really good call. I actually agree with you guys on the skill thing. I think especially in calls like that when it's basically the polar opposite of my call where you're not talking at all. It can also kind of work against you. Like in my case where I'm talking a lot, where it's like, well, are you really doing anything? The seller is just doing all the talking, but it's intentional. Like when he's hopping in and saying things, he's like pushing the seller in the right direction, which really is it's a skill thing. It's not just, hey, I'm just gonna kind of chime in here and there. So I think Sergio had a good call. Again, I think it showed in the votes, but yeah, I appreciate you guys voting for me. It's hard to kind of judge your own call, but I know Sergio really killed it, and I'm glad to see him go forward too.
Appreciate. I just think it was his call. I thought his call was really good. You know, he was comping live, which is really hard to talk to somebody as you're comping. Like that's something I can't do. I can't multitask. So, you know, he was doing things in that call that I can't do myself. But like you guys say, it was completely different calls. It was a different at different stages. But I'm just glad I got the golden glove so I can show you guys
Hey,
who's gonna win in Arizona, February.
my boy.
Here we go.
Indeed, indeed.
Cheesecake Factory next week, bro.
Man, have an amazing weekend. Let's crush it. Closers Octagon Monday, and make sure you guys post about this. And show everybody love.